Hey guys, I always like to start off class giving you a little information about my background so you have some frame of reference of who I am. My name is Melissa Parker and I've been teaching at Temple College for the past 3 years, and I'm so excited that you're part of my class. A little bit about my background so you know who's up here. I was born in 70, so that lets you know that this year I will be turning the big 50, and don't tune out on me there. Old people can still do fun things. This is me as a baby with my grandparents, aunt, and uncle. I started school in 1976, and I have never stopped going to school since then. I love to learn, and I'm still learning. But in 1978, I got this thing called a new brother, and it rocked my world because, well, first of all, he was a boy, and then second of all, he took up some attention from my mom and dad, which I really was not used to. In the 80s, I had a salvation experience, was baptized, and surrendered to ministry. Many of us don't share the same spiritual beliefs, and that's fine with me. I support who you are, and this is who I am as I just introduce who I am. That's kind of redundant, isn't it? Anyway, forgive me. In 1989, I graduated from Temple High School and went to college at a small liberal arts school in Brownwood, Texas called Howard Payne. I graduated there and in 1994, I started my master's in psychology at Mary Hardin-Baylor. About that time, I also started full-time as the director at Emmanuel Baptist Child Development Center. Graduated in 96 with my degree in psychology, and in 2000 I took on a new job with the Temple Housing Authority at a new child development center that I helped create called Kaleidoscope. In May of 2001, I went out to Belton and I worked at Belton Christian Youth Center for 13 years in recreation and child care ministry. But in 2009, I realized that something was missing from my life. And I love kids. It's obvious that that's been part of my life's work. And in 2009, I went to some seminars and completed the paperwork to adopt a child. And in March of 2010, this little baby arrived at my door, 6 days old. And I finished that adoption process in December of 2010, just days after I turned 40. And she has been the love of my life since, and she is probably the most frustrating person in my life as well. Love her with all I am. In 2011, I started a doctorate degree at Walden University in business administration. I finished that degree in 2016, I'm sorry. But in 2013, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer, so I built a house close to her to help walk that journey out with her. In 2015, I completed my real estate license. I opened a new business in June of 2016, and then in 2017, I started teaching here at Temple College. Unfortunately, last year, the biggest shock of my life happened, and my mom did die from breast cancer in March of 2019, and it's been the hardest part of my life. And I tell you that not to make you feel sorry or get your pity, but to remind you that even those of us who teach and are up in front, we're still human and we still have hard places. And some of you have faced that journey, I'm sure. And I just want you to know that I'm right there alongside with you, trying to make sense of it all in my head. But she left a great legacy, and I'm really committed to continuing that legacy with my life. Some of my favorite quotes, well, absolutely my favorite quote. There is so much good in the worst of us and so much bad in the best of us that it ill behooves any of us to find fault with the rest of us. Isn't that the truth? There's so much good in all of us and so much bad in all of us that we just need to give each other a little bit of grace. And maybe remember that I named my business that as well. I believe in it. My favorite Bible verse, to him who is exceedingly abundantly, now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. be the glory. And I share that because I think it's a great reminder that we have power within our hearts and minds that we don't even know, that can be harnessed for good to change this world. And I believe that I'm teaching world changers, and I'm so honored to be part of that work. I love a lot of books. I love a lot of biographies. I love learning about people, and I'm really excited to learn about you. Thank you for being part of my class, and I look forward to getting to know you. Welcome.